mask off in front of you guys, because like I feel like there's a lot of pressure now. It's like, is she gonna be attractive? All right. Like I remember, like I was looking at my horoscope once, you know, because I'm a woman, and I saw. I'm a Libra, by the way. I don't know if you guys can tell. I saw under Libra, it said like, oh, you are unusually attractive today. And I'm like, what do you mean unusually? Like, who the fuck wrote this, you know? Fucking Scorpios? Like, Jesus. I hated being a Libra as a kid. I was so, my symbol was a skill. Like that's not like a compliment. You know what I was jealous of? I was jealous of anyone who was like a Sagittarius, because they had a hot centaur man as their symbol. Yeah. And like, I don't know if you guys have watched Narnia, but Mr. Thomas was my sexual awakening. Yeah. Oh God. I'm glad to be here though. I took an Uber to be here tonight. From Eva Beach. What? I know, that's insane. I'm fucking crazy. While I was on my way here, the Uber driver, he started talking to me, unfortunately. And he was just telling me about his day. He's just like, oh, you know what? I went to Ala Moana to go look for some pants. And I'm just sitting there like, cool, tell me more. And he's like, and I found the pants, but then I didn't get the pants because they were soft. I know, I was confused. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, you don't like soft pants? Like, what's the problem? And then he's like, well, I think soft pants is gay. Yeah, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Since when does the softness of your clothes determine your sexuality now? You know what I mean? Like, is there any guy in here that can admit that they own some pretty soft-ass pants? Anyone? Yeah? Have you ever wanted to suck a dick, sir?
No.
Exactly! That makes no sense to me. Like, I'm imagining this guy, like, in his free time, he goes to, like, the friggin' local Walmart. He's, like, protesting fabric softener. Like, he's holding up a sign that says, it's Adam and Eve, not Downey and Steve. Some stupid shit like that.
But if you're already on the edge, come on.
About what? The pants? Oh man, I just didn't get it. Like, someone needs to tell this guy that when like people are coming out of the closet, they're not coming out of linen closets. Like this. By the way, this guy didn't stop talking to me. He said like, oh, I know, call me old-fashioned, but I like my pants to be hard and rough.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, how is it that you don't want to come off as gay, but then you say the gayest possible thing you could say? Like, doesn't make any sense to me. Oh man, I tried to ask my dad for a ride here. Me and my dad, we're not very close. Like, he left my family. I figured the least he could do is just like give me rides to places. And but like it's hard because like texting my dad right now is like trying to text someone that I've previously hooked up with, and then trying to get that hookup to meet up with me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling my friends, like, should I do it? Like, should I text him? Should I send him a picture, get his attention? And my friends are like, no, don't do it like that. He is not worth it, girl. But you know how it's like 3 in the morning and you're sad and you're lonely, and the next thing you know, I'm just like texting my dad, hey, you up? Like, by the way, he's never up, you know? You know, because he's 60, so he's either asleep or he's dead. He's like, I always find out the next day. My dad did leave he was away for a very long time. I remember like he wanted to meet up with me at a Popeyes out of all places, and he sat me down and he actually told me the reason he left our family. He's like, Jasmine, I just want to tell you, like I love you very much. But I needed to go and discover myself. Like, I needed to find out who I was. Like, I just needed to go off and like re-find myself. And I'm kind of looking at him like, Dad, you just couldn't do mushrooms like everyone else. Like, come on, like it would have been fine. Like, I could have checked up on you on the garage and be like, hey, you okay? Like, do you want some marbles to play with? Like, you still love me? Cool. I got depressing really fast. I'm sorry, guys. Did anyone spend their stimulus check yet?
Yeah.
Yeah? Did you use it responsibly, sir? You can be honest. We're a very safe space right now. You did?
Very responsible.
Oh shit.
I paid, no.
You got him out of prison?
I paid tickets and my baby mama, so.
Oh shit, that's awesome. Congratulations. Wait, what'd you get tickets for?
Driving with a cell phone.
Oh, you mean like police tickets? Okay, that's super responsible of you. Good for you.
Yes, or something.
Should you be here, sir? Guys, I don't know if this is going to change your opinion about me, but
law just first came out. I was like one of the first guys.
I'd like to talk to you about prison stories after. Like, I'm very curious.
My favorite topic.
Oh man, I feel bad now because I used mine on something stupid. Like, I feel like this is going to affect your opinion of me. I used my money to buy a taxidermy raccoon. No one? Okay, you guys just ever look at a dead animal and think, huh, you know, this would look really nice next to my Live, Laugh, Love sign from Target. Like, freaking found this thing on Etsy. It was very cute. He had a little hat on. I feel like people ask me now, they're just like, you're not scared of like ghosts, like haunting your house? Like, a little bit. I'm a little bit scared because I feel like human ghosts are easy to predict, right? Like what are human spirits gonna do? They're gonna knock over some pictures. They're gonna like push you down the stairs. They're gonna kill your family, right? But can you imagine just like a bunch of animal ghosts in your house? Like, can you imagine a bunch of bird ghosts just shitting all over your living room? Like, I'm a little scared of that. You know what? I talked about the taxidermy raccoon the last time I ever did comedy, and this man actually came up to me after the show, and he's like, "Come here, I gotta show you something." I'm like, okay. So I followed him, because I love impending danger. Like, that's what I did. I freaking followed this man. He worked next door, by the way. I followed this man next door, and he led me to the back room. And I'm like, what is going on here? And then this man, he just starts taking out like a bunch of bones from like a drawer, like bones that he's hidden away. And he's like, I'm gonna show you my bone collection. I'm like, Jesus Christ, like what? It turns out there are just like bones of animals that he's like killed because he's like a hunter. And then next thing you know, he's just like taking out a knife. He's like, I made this knife and I'm hoping to make knives out of a bunch of these bones. And I'm like, I'm literally about to get stabbed right now. Like, holy shit. Anyway, we're meeting up next week to go skin some squirrels over a candlelit dinner.
Hey,
Oh,
is the
God.
raccoon Rocket or Rigby?
Is it a Rocky or what does that mean?
Rocket or Rigby?
What? I'm a millennial. I have no idea what that means. Is that a show?
Rocket is the raccoon from Guardians
Oh,
of the
yeah,
Galaxy.
shit.
And Rigby is the raccoon from the regular show.
Oh my God, you watch regular show? Sorry. Dude, you know what? He doesn't have a name. What should I name him? He's like a white raccoon. He's like albino.
Oh shit. That's
Yeah, if you guys could help me think of a name after, that'd be awesome.
That's a possum.
What? So I'm single. I don't know if you can tell. Thank you. Dude, I got out of a toxic relationship. Dude, my last boyfriend, he had a foot fetish. But I feel like a lot of people get freaked out by that. But it's really easy because all you gotta do is the bare minimum. Want to know how to impress someone with a foot fetish? All you gotta do is just have a foot. Like, that's it. That's literally it. If you want to know how sexy your foot is, all you have to do is count all the toes on your foot. Like, if you got 5 toes, you got a sexy foot. I'm just saying now.
Yeah.
I'm saying now. The thing that impressed him the most, I'm Filipino, right? So I know how to pick shit up with my feet. I'm freaking talented. That's what I am. my mom hates that. She's like, that's not very ladylike of you. And I'm like, you know what's not ladylike, Mom? Limiting my true potential. You know? So I'm not gonna lie, I stayed with this man for like 2 years because I wanted to piss off my mom. Like that was it.
I've heard of worse reasons.
Yeah. Dude he left me, by the way, for someone with an extra toe. So it just fucking didn't work out.
One minute.
I don't know, I'm trying to get back in there. Thank you, sir. Thanks. My friends told me I should do something crazy. They're just like, Jasmine, you should do a threesome. Have you done that before? Anyone done a threesome in here? I know you guys have. You probably have done it, right?
It's a lot of work.
Dude, I don't know. Like, honestly, I was choked. What do you call a threesome where you just like need 2 people to play board games with? Like that's what I want to do. I'm freaking lame.
Too late.
If anyone wants to hit me up for a threesome after, I'm just kidding. Don't do it for real.
Scrabble.
Exactly. Because I'm single, I've been watching a lot of fantasy movies really recently. You guys like that genre of movie, the fantasy ones? Yeah.
You mean like threesomes?
Yeah, threesome fantasy. No, like Harry Potter and shit. Like Lord of the Rings.
Potter.
Yeah. Dude, I realize like when I'm watching these movies, I realize that when a bunch of children go missing in these movies, they just never blame the pedophiles, right? Doesn't make any sense to me. Like a bunch of kids go missing, and they're just like, oh, like what? Like are they using the kids to unlock a super secret, dark, ancient power? It's like, no, just good old-fashioned pedophilia. Like that's it. Like,
I always knew Voldemort was a pedophile.
yeah, right? I mean, look at, dude, what if he was after Harry Potter? Like, there's gotta be a reason, you know what I mean? Like, people are just like, where are the kids? Have you tried looking up, like, sex offenders near you? Like, I feel like it could have been solved that way. Why don't we ask this guy who's been wearing this robe this entire movie since we've known him, and he only speaks in riddles? Does this not seem very suspicious to you? Like I feel like some people are out there like, oh, are they using these kids to like experiment on them and then using their powers to like make the world a better place? It's like, no, it's just a sex trafficking ring disguised as a school for witchcraft and wizardry. Like, that's what it is. Pedophiles with powers and teenage girl problems. Thank you very much. My name is Jasmine. Very nice. Thank you.
I'm naming my son Voldemort.
You made an impact, Jasmine. Maybe more because of the threesome that he's imagining than Voldemort.
Whoa, dude, don't get me into your desires, bro. Come on.
How did this happen, man? How are you guys friends? Where'd you meet? Prison, I know.
We're close. He lives down the street, I live down the street.
You wearing a deporter shirt? Bro, you look mad foreign to be wearing a deporter shirt.
Dude, he's super fucking rich.
Where is he? Is he Asian? You Hispanic? Where are you from, bro? Hey, what's up? I've been talking to you for like a minute. You're Asian?
No, man.
Where are you from?
Motherfucker, he's a hillbilly, dog.
Well, I mean, the shirt gave that away.
How dare
But I'm
you
saying
assume
heritage.
his nationality?
You're right. It's 2021.
Cancel culture! Cancel this man!
Bro, I would have been canceled a long ass time ago. Alright, we're gonna keep the show moving, bring it up your next song on the stage. Give it up for Val!
Howdy, y'all. Obviously I wear Texas shorts, and it's me talking in this accent. It's really weird because I look like a Filipino. So I'm Filipino. I know that's very confusing, but I got to Hawaii in October, so it's been quite a wild ride for me. Not gonna lie. Growing up in Texas, people are like, what is you? Like, you is some kind of like sea Mexican? It's like, well, you know, the Philippines are a group of islands off the coast of Asia. They're like, what? So you're like basically like Chinese? And So it's been quite a journey getting to Hawaii and just getting. I fit right in, and I'm like, oh shit! I walk around. Holy, that's my tita over there. That's my tito. That's my lolo. And then I'm like, oh, it's a whole new world. Everyone's singing. I felt like I was in a fucking musical. I was like, damn, everyone's so damn happy here. What the fuck? I'm gonna stay here. I really like this place. In Filipino culture, you would call me a coconut. A coconut is brown on the outside, but really white on the inside. The most I actually knew about Hawaii was fucking Lilo and Stitch. And I was like, oh, Hawaiian roller coaster. Okay, that's it. That's all I know about Hawaiian means family. That's all I know. So I got here and I was like, man, this is where it's at. And I like the aloha. I love the fucking ohana. My neighbors are really cool. I leave shit outside all the time. My friends just stole my fucking love sack from the front. That's just how life goes out here. It's awesome. And so,
Borrow.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's all collective. We're all sharing all this shit because it's fucking expensive to live here. So we might as well share all of our shit, even the tools. But yeah, so I got here by way of nursing. Shocking. I'm Filipino and a nurse? What the fuck? And then to level that up, I'm in the Navy. And so they're like, what the fuck? You're a Navy nurse? That's like a fucking Super Saiyan in Filipino culture. Like, you have reached the next echelon of all things Filipino. Because when I joined the Navy, they're like, is your father a Navy chief? What's a Navy? What is a Navy chief? You know, the Navy chief. They go run around, they're like, oh, get your fucking chit over there. Turn in your chit, you gotta get their chit together. I was like, your chit? Your shit? What are you saying? Your paper form. Turn that chit in. Oh, gotcha. Oh, okay. That's fine. Alright, cool. Now I'm fully integrating. My coconutness is being less coconut. And the more I'm in the Navy and the more I travel around the world, the more I realize we ain't so different after all, right? There's a lot of shit going on in the world. We got this pandemic. Everybody's wearing masks. I'm a Navy nurse. I wipe ass. I'm a professional ass wiper. So I've been in this shit, literally, like elbows deep in this shit, as a nurse. And I guess, the one thing I think about that we all fucking share in common is shit. We literally all shit. All of us do. Whether you like it or not, you don't want to admit it. You fucking shit. You probably took a shit this morning, and if you didn't, go get something for it. Because it's not good, you're going to get hemorrhoids. And that's a bad fucking problem. You can be like on the toilet straining, like, ugh. And that just builds you up. And you just turn into a nasty person. And you should just let that shit go. And I have plenty of stories of shit and of what I've dealt with. Like, I was in a hospital and I was taking care of a patient that was he was an extra for an Adam Sandler movie. His role was taxi driver. I was like, man, that's awesome. You're in a fucking Adam Sandler movie. He was a taxi driver. But the reason why he was there is because he couldn't let shit go. Like, he literally was holding shit in. The shit was like stuck like a cork in his intestines. So I'm like, my job here, sir, is to make sure you let that shit go. So I'm gonna do whatever it takes to let that shit go. So we put enemas. You know what an enema is? Right now they call it like colon cleansing and all that crazy shit. They're putting a fucking pipe up your ass and putting water in and like, shh, get that shit, shake it out, and then get that shit out. And that's what you do professionally in the hospital setting. So I was like, all right, sir, we're gonna pull out all the stops. We're gonna give you meds. We're gonna wipe it out with water. And then my goal at the end of this shift is that you deliver that shit. He's like, got it, ma'am. I was like, yes. So we get to the end of the shift, and I'm like, fuck, he hasn't shit yet. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? All of a sudden, he's grabbing his fucking bed rails. And he's like looking at me, and I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? He's like, it's coming. I was like, what's coming? The shit's coming. And I was like, oh fuck, okay. Come on, let's go. We gotta get him. He's like, I gotta go. Fuck. And he's like straining. There's like veins coming out. I'm like, sure, don't try so hard. Like, your heart monitor's going off. Like, you're freaking the fuck out. You're freaking me out. And he turns over, and I'm like, oh my god, we're delivering a poop baby. Holy fuck, come and get over here. So he turns over, and there it is. It's coming out. Oh, it's a pena. And my Cronin's like, ma'am, it's stuck. I was like, well, we gotta get it out. We gotta get this out, sir. Are you ready? He's like, I'm ready. He's like, we'll pop it up. fully formed, like fucking crystallized, fossilized doo-doo. And there was a light that perfectly like shone where I lifted that poop up into the light. And I was like, Sopenya, Bobonichu. And my nurse over there looked like my charge nurse. She's my boss. She's like, why the fuck is she holding shit up in this light? Like, put that shit in a little can, because we have to take a stool sample. You know what a stool sample is? This is a sample of a stool. So we put that shit in a can and we send that shit up to the lab. So, love shit. And I love having people get rid of shit, but I also had shit problems myself. I went on this training where they make you run away. You know, they capture you, they make you like beat you up, ask you questions like, who's your father? I'm like, I don't know who my father is. And they're like, what the fuck? Are you Asian? I'm like, no, I'm Asian. I don't know what the fuck I am doing. So they look at me like they can't get any information from me. So I gotta run. I gotta run, because they have this whole production where you eat shitty food for about a week, and it's stopping you up, and it's called MREs. It's the shittiest. The best one is the chili mac, and I could never get the fucking chili mac. When I did get it, I made a grave mistake, because you don't eat chili mac in the field if you don't expect to have a porta-john anywhere nearby. So I eat this chili mac, and I'm like, oh, this is the best day of my life. Somebody traded with me. I'm gonna eat this chili mac. It's gonna be good. And they're like, wow, fucking go. And I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go. Pack all your shit up, run up the mountain. Like, now you gotta run up that mountain. I'm like, fuck, I gotta run up. I got chili mac in my stomach. Fuck. Okay, so I'm running up the mountain, and all the ladies, it was a trio of us, so I was with the Air Force, which was really interesting, because I thought everything would be nicer with the Air Force, but no, we're eating fucking chili mac, MREs, and running up a mountain, and my stomach's hurting, and I'm like, fuck, what's gonna go? And I could feel my stomach just like, oh, I'm gonna get you. And so we get up to the top, and they have like dogs barking, it was a great production. I was like, fuck, I don't want to go back. Please don't send me. So I fucking run up to the top of that mountain. I get there. I'm like, yes, we did it. And then, oh no. Oh, that was like a warning trumpet. It was like, ready. Oh no, ladies, I gotta go off to the side. They're like, what's going on? We're like, we gotta keep going. I was like, I gotta go. And you know when you really gotta go and you don't have enough time, you're like, why are there so many buckles? It's too many buckles. And so you're just like, you're holding your cheeks and you're like, fuck. And then I'm like, I'm gonna run over here to this log. Oh, here's a log, and the log is like this on the fucking mountain, right? So I'm like, that's a good place to sit. So I sit on it sideways, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna grab onto this branch here. This branch will give me plenty of sturdy, support. But I didn't realize that my butt was gonna turn into a trumpet. Just full on tuba trumpet. And let's just keep going. When is it gonna end? Oh god! And then the branch that I was holding on to cracked. I was like, no! I don't want to sit in my shade. So I took all those fucking splinters in my cheeks. I'm like, fuck no! It hurts, but I didn't land in my shit. That's all that mattered, right? I got splinters in my butt cheeks, but I don't land in my shit. So I look over at the disaster behind there. I'm like, fuck, that's bad. Hope the dogs don't find that. They're gonna follow my scent like little doo-doo drops or wherever we have to end up and go hide. So, nonetheless, later on, you're walking up the mountain and you're like, oh, shit. You know when you feel a splinter and it just bugs you the whole time? My friends were like, we made it. We finally made it. We're gonna go eat. And we had lunch. And at the very end of lunch, I was like, I'm sorry, guys. I have to ask you to do something for me. They're like, what the fuck now, pal? You just blew smoke over there. I was like, well, so, when you heard me yell, I slid down this log, and I got a lot of splinters in my ass. I'm just asking you one favor. Please, could somebody fucking take these splinters out of my ass? So I dropped trow. At that point, we're all friends. We all have to survive this shit. And you're gonna get to the point where fuck it all, fuck dignity. Just get the splinters out of my ass. And nonetheless, we got the splinters out of my ass. I'm here. We survived. It was all a game anyway. It was a great game. I think they should create a ride for that. But I encourage you to share your shit, literally and figuratively. Because if you share your shit with people, right, and you'll find it where all the fucking same. I know all of you guys have explosive shits before. Don't act like I'm the only one that has had explosive shit. I just want to share it, let everybody know. You know, we're all fucking suffering here. We might as well just fucking just own it. We're in the shittiest fucking 2 years from the pandemic, and encourage you to continue to wear your face foams. These are very helpful.
That's what Buddha said.
Yeah, you know, sometimes you can put like a little panty liner there so if you want to smell. But yeah, just continue to wear the face thongs. Thank you so much for your time. Continually to share the love, but not the COVID. All right, thanks. Good night.
Hey, that's what Buddha said. He said, life is shitty.
Make some noise for Val, the Filipino nurse who deals with a lot of shit. I'm not gonna lie, that was the weirdest karaoke performance I've ever heard.
That was Machine Gun Kelly. God damn it.
Alright, you guys are in for a treat. This next comic coming up, he came in second place in the comics competition, Hawaiians Bryans. He did really well. He's a smooth talker. You guys are going to have a great time. Don't leave yet. Come on up, Lance. Make some noise.
What's going on? What's happening? What's going on, white people? All right. Looks like we got a room full of trust fund babies in here. All right. Your parents didn't have to do well for you to do well in life, so appreciate that. Go ahead. Go ahead. I appreciate that intro. Put a lot of pressure on me and came in second in a comedy tournament. Wish you hadn't said that. But one thing I want to realize, I made a joke about all you white folks in the crowd. You guys look like my neighborhood growing up, you know, because at the same time, a lot of people look at me and they feel like I grew up in the hood, and I didn't. I'm not that type of tough guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, my parents, when they were younger, they grew up in the projects, but they did well for themselves, right? So they grew up in the type of neighborhood that you can possibly get shot in. I grew up in the type of neighborhood that you can possibly get molested in. No need for concern, you know. I never got molested, just to put that on record. We're not Catholic.
Not anymore.
We grew up Baptist, you know what I mean? Like, it's warning signs. Like, when you grew up Catholic, you gotta know, priests don't like pussy. But when you grew up Baptist, deacons don't like dick. So I chose wisely, you know. One up to not being touched. Right? And I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. We call it Duval County. You probably never heard of it. You know, if Waianae was a whole city, that's what Jacksonville pretty much is. You know, and my name is Lance Liverman, right? And I got picked on a lot about my name. I grew up in a predominant black and Dominican neighborhood. And so when they would hear my name, they would be like, ha ha ha, you got a white boy name, ha. And I got bullied all the time. So I decided to look my bullies in the face. So I told Laquan and Sanquinetta that my parents gave me that name because they wanted me to have a good life. And they proceeded to beat the shit out of me again. And I learned a life lesson that day, like you never mention parents or love to a couple kids in the foster care system. It doesn't work out well. But for the people that need to know, Laquan and Sanquinetta have led very successful lives. Like, in 2 years, Laquan is going to retire from the Air Force, serving our country. And right now, last time I checked, Sanquinetta runs Jacksonville's best daycare / trap house in the area. So if you need a babysitter or drugs, I can refer you, you know. And I realized like with a name, first of all, Lance Liverman is German Jewish. It's a German Jewish name. As I stand before you, I am neither. The only things Jewish about me is the fact that I'm circumcised.
Yeah.
I'm cut. And you gotta dive deep sometimes, that's all. That's all. And I'm getting to all forms of manual labor. So I sell cars. I tried to do construction. They were like, pick that up. Ew, no, I don't do that. And I noticed I got a little white privilege with my name growing up, and I'll tell you how. Because like whenever I fill out a job application, right, I never identify myself. So whenever I go in for the interview and I walk in and I check in, they're like, oh my God, he's black, right? I'm gonna tell you a trick. I don't got him with me tonight. I'm taking a risk. I usually buy a cheap pair of reading glasses and I put them on before I go in for the interview. And so when they say Lance Liverman, I got my glasses on, they're just like, okay, he's one of the good ones. They think I'm a goddamn Republican when I put those glasses on. I feel like Colin Powell Jr., I'm not gonna lie to you. Have you ever seen the respect that a black man gets when he puts glasses on? Like, on my way walking here, I'm coming to do comedy, trying to get a couple slices of pizza, right? I walk here, bare face. All the women are clutching their purses and crossing the street. But whenever I put my glasses on, it's just like, hey, how are you? All right. Shoot on the guns real quick. And like I've been in Hawaii like 9 years now, and I love it. I love Hawaii, beautiful place, beautiful people. And whenever I tell people, you know, I've been here for so long, they're like, they ask me questions that I don't fit in, right? They're like, oh, you've been living in Hawaii, oh, you're military. I'm like, nah, I've never served. No, that's not me. Oh, your parents are military. I'm like, nah, my parents they weren't in the military. That's not how I got here. They're like, oh, you're a pimp. I'm like, I wish. I ain't got no hoes, bro. I ain't got no hoes. But how did you get here? I'm like, oh shit, no. I got kidnapped by my Samoan baby mama from the mainland. That's how I ended up in Hawaii, like via Samoan. That's how I got here. And I like learning about the different cultures out here. You know what I mean? Like one thing I had to learn about Samoan women, like my baby mom threw up a lot of red flags, right? So on our second date, you know, went to a restaurant we eat and she wanted to open up to each other. And I said, yo, that's cool. And she was just like, I want to tell you something. I said, what's up? This is a safe place. She said, during sex, I like choking. So I was just like, oh shit, ain't nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their kinks. Everybody has their thing that they're into. You know, choking. If you need it, baby girl, I got you. Right? So the first 3 years of me living on the island, I was the only nigga walking around with a turtleneck on, right? She had very strong hands, right? Very calloused, if you will. She got her first rock wall at age 8. Quite impressive, right? And I was just like, okay, no issue with that. But living in Hawaii, it made my daily life uncomfortable. Like, I would go to work with a turtleneck on, looking like an extra from Zoolander, right? And the HR lady, Kathy, would be like, she would leave me little pamphlets about spousal abuse and everything on my desk. And I was like, yo, Kathy, what the fuck? You're being disrespectful, all right? These aren't the marks of a man that are being abused. So the marks of a man who got the safe word. That's That's all it was. An HR misunderstanding, if you will, right? And she's my baby mama, right? So, because she's my baby mama, just to let you know that I have a daughter. She's half black, half Samoan. And I have the most beautiful daughter, son a man could ever ask for. Right? And if you don't understand that joke, well, ladies and gentlemen, you're just not local. And I love my daughter, son, to death, right? She means the world to me. And I remember one day she sat me down. She was just like, Daddy, I know what I want to be when I grow up. I said, baby girl, what do you want to be? She said, I want to be a doctor and I want to be an astronaut. I got on one knee. I said, baby girl, you can be anything you want to be. Don't let nobody tell you different. But if those two things don't work out, it's a company called Securitas that hires your people all the time. You practically be a first-round draft pick, if you will. And it was so funny when she told me she wanted to be an astronaut, because she looked up at the sky. You know it's Hawaii, like no cloud coverage, no light pollution. You can see the stars clearly. And she looked at me, she said, Daddy, what are the stars that are in the sky? I said, baby girl, you want to know what those stars are? She said, yeah. I said, those are the smiles of your ancestors that got away from black people, white people. Oh. I'm 100% black. I had Hennessy this evening. Please help me. I'm one of the good ones. I just forgot my glasses. That's it. And you know, I was worried about my daughter, because she started showing like signs of abusiveness, like my baby mom at a young age. And I got a call from the daycare. They said, Mr. Liverman, you need to pick your daughter up right now. And I said, what the fuck? So I get to the daycare and I'm like, what's going on? Is she okay? Was she hurt? Was she bruised? Right? They said, your daughter was eating a bag of chips. A little boy walked up to my daughter, snatched the bag of chips, started eating them right in front of my daughter. And in black Samoan fashion, my daughter walked up to him, smacked the shit out the little boy as hard as she could, and then they put her in timeout. Now, I was quite familiar with such of a situation. I was on the third day with her mom. We went to a lovely establishment. They have Groupon, you may have heard of it, right? You go by the name of Red Lobster. Now, once you sit down at a Red Lobster and you're mulling about what you're gonna order, they present you this lovely mouth-watering bag of cheddar biscuits. Now, those cheddar biscuits are goddamn delicious. So we order our meal, we talk a little bit, and I notice that there's one cheddar biscuit left in the basket. She's eyeing it out. I'm eyeing it out. I feel like Jordan with 3 seconds on the clock. So I'm putting together a game plan. So I deflect. I'm like, hey, we're talking about this. And I reach for the cheddar biscuit, and she grabs my wrist. And I drop the cheddar biscuit. And we look at my wrist, and she's left a bruise. And it was at that moment, ladies and gentlemen, I had to email Kathy and let her know that cheddar biscuits was our safe word in the bedroom. That's what. Now, you folks may be a bit vanilla. I don't know if you have a safe word in the bedroom, but I just want to let you know that our safe word was goddamn delicious. All right? And just to finish the story, because I don't want to take up too much time, my daughter was in timeout after smacking the little boy. They say time's up. She turns around. She's looking on the yard. She sees the little boy. She said, yo, ain't that money right there? She stands up. She walks up to the little boy, looks at him, eye contact, smacks the shit out of him again, and then puts herself in timeout. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand if you're picking up what I'm putting down. That is an institutionalized mentality at an early age. She committed a crime, did the time, came out, said, fuck it. My options at daycare are limited now. Became a repeat offender. And went right back into the system. And it was at that point I was just like, I don't know if I need to be saving up for college or a lawyer retainer. Like, I was lost. And you guys been a good crowd. I haven't been to Kings in a while, you know. Been a while. I miss this. It's one of the places I started to learn and grow from. And I want to leave you guys with one note. How many of you folks are in relationships? How many of you guys are dating tonight? There you go. There you go. 2 people. And you gotta roll with the times, I guess. How you ladies doing? All right. I'm gonna let you in on something. One thing I learned about women the older I've gotten. I'm 37 years old. I eat pussy. There's nothing wrong with eating pussy. You don't like eating pussy, there's something wrong with you. I'm a pussy eating motherfucker. But I'm gonna tell you something. One thing I like to do after eating the pussy is I love kissing the lady. Right? And I'm gonna fellas, preferably you two in relationships, I'm gonna let you know something. If you eat the box out and you go in for a kiss, and she does one of these, that is a woman that doesn't stand by her product, right? If you eat the pussy and she gives you a kiss, she stands by her product, and I need a woman that has a little quality assurance.
Yes.
I need insurance.
So if you eat the box tonight and she do one of these, walk away. Walk away. But if you eat that pussy and she gives you a kiss,
right.
that is one woman you cannot dismiss. You know what I mean? That's all the time I got, yo. I've been talking too long. We're gonna
Give it up for Lance. Give it up for Pussy Lance in the house. Make some more noise. Look at this energy in this room. Hey, there we go.
Oh shit, my beer got.
So did you guys all get your stimulus checks?
Yeah.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody got them?
Yeah, I got mine.
What'd you spend it on? Oh, alcohol, I know.
Oh no.
What'd you spend yours on?
I told
Oh,
you.
you're right, cocaine.
My baby mama and fucking parking tickets.
Parking tickets. You're right, man. You're right. Because Hawaii's mad expensive, man. Hawaii's super expensive. Yo, so, like, for example, I pay $3,000 a month, and that's not even rent, that's just parking tickets.
For real?
Yeah, it's rough out here. But the reason I asked about the stimulus checks is because I actually got mine on St. Patty's Day, which I thought was a really cool coincidence because I'm half Irish.
I'm half Irish.
I called it luck of the IRS.
Where I live.
All right, coming up next to the stage,
You're in the boonies.
he's a very lively character. I'm gonna bring him up here. He's gonna do some anime acts. Give it up for Trey.
Woo!
How's it going, guys?